Hi guys, it's Michelle, and today's video is going to be a reincarnation video. You guys know these videos, I love them, and you guys really like them as well. But before we get into it, I'd like to thank Care of for sponsoring today's video. So I don't know about y'all, but because it's officially 2022, I am very into prioritizing my health, my wellness routine, and trying to come up with ways to just basically be more healthy. And Care of allows your vitamin routine to become super personal, easy, effective, and constantly evolving. If you don't know, Care of is a subscription service that ships high quality, personalized vitamins and powders conveniently to your door each month, which I love because you guys know I don't like leaving my house. All you have to do is take a super short and in-depth quiz about your health goals and lifestyle and get personally tailored recommendations based on your answers. And I like that you can stick with what Care of gives you, or you can switch it up at any time, which is super great. I love personalized stuff. I think it's super cute, and it feels like I'm actually getting answers to the things that I've had concerns over. Like my energy levels are super low, so Care of had the perfect remedy for that, and that was actually one of the things that you could say that you were concerned about. You could say you're concerned about your skin, like literally anything. The quiz recommended that I get this collagen, and this is perfect. You can just mix 2 scoops in with your coffee, or you put it in a smoothie, like whatever you want to do. This is a vanilla oat creamer flavored. And then I also got these quick sticks, so you can just pour these into your mouth, no water needed. And it's called the Dream Team, and they help you sleep. Also, I love their packaging. Like, this is what you get sent for your supplements. After you take the quiz, you can read up on what each pill and supplement does. If you guys want to check out Care of, you can get 50% off of your first order. Just go to takecareof.com and use the promo code Platti50. Yeah, definitely let me know if you guys go check them out, or if you've used them before. I would love to know in the comments below. But like I said, if you guys want to check them out, you can get 50% off of your first order at takecareof.com. Use the promo code Platti50. But without further ado, let's get into the reincarnation stories. So the first story revolves around a 3-year-old boy who lived in an area near the Syrian border called Golan Heights. So this 3-year-old boy was born with a huge birthmark on his face, and due to his family's cultural and religious reasons, they believe that that birthmark was related to a past life. Reincarnation and this belief system about birthmarks was very common in this specific area. When he was old enough to speak, he began to tell his parents that he was murdered in a past life. He claimed that he was from a specific village, and he was even able to recall exactly where he lived and his name. And the people of this village, like I said, in this area, reincarnation was taken very seriously, so no one was looking at him like, what are you talking about? It was very serious, and the people of this village were like, hey, this guy went missing 4 years ago, and the kid was 3 at the time. So he apparently led his village elders to the exact place where he claimed that he was buried, and they were able to actually find a body of the man that this kid said that he was in a past life. Not only that, but he directly led them to the murder weapon, which he claimed was an axe nearby. So this man whose body was found by this 3-year-old kid ended up dying in a past life with an axe wound that was exactly where the birthmark on the 3-year-old was. If you experienced that personally in your life, how do you just go about your daily vibes, knowing that that is what happens after you die, knowing that you maybe come back in this life? I just think that once you see something that's so undeniable like that, it really is insane. It's pretty cool. This kid literally solved his own past life murder. He even claimed that he knew who killed him and everything, and he ended up being correct. Unfortunately, there wasn't too much information from that story. But if you guys are super into reincarnation and you're super into seeing the people talk about it themselves, check out The Ghost Inside My Child. It's absolutely terrifying, but also very interesting. So this next story I heard on that show, and we have to talk about it because it really is mind-blowing. So the story follows this girl from Centerville, Georgia named Riley. One thing I thought was super strange that her mom was telling in the story was that as a child, when she was first born, she had gray hair until she was 6 months old. Honestly, what's even weirder is that the doctors couldn't explain it. They were just I don't know, and then eventually her hair changed, so they kind of just forgot about it. She also started to develop speaking skills very early on as a kid, and something very strange happened when Riley was about 3 years old and her siblings were talking about the Titanic. So the movie came out when Riley was 3. What was odd about the situation is that she had not seen the movie, she had never heard about the Titanic, because she was 3 years old. But she began to talk about the Titanic in a way that just didn't make sense because it had nothing to do with the movie itself. She actually went into specific details about the actual event rather than the film. She talked about how sad it was that people, you know, went back to the docks and looked to see if their family names were on the roster of people that had died, and this was super shocking that she knew this because that was not really part of the movie, and even if it was, she hadn't even seen it. Also, when Riley was 3, her sister took her to see a full moon, and she started singing this song that her mother had never heard before. So the mother did some research, and the song ended up being from the early 30s, and it was called Please Mr. Moon, Don't Tell on Me. And when Riley's mom was researching this song, she realized that this was more of a grown-up burlesque song, and it was no nursery rhyme that her child would have heard anywhere. A bit of time went on, and when Riley was still 3, they took a trip to Jekyll Island, which is an island off the coast of Georgia. And Jekyll Island is a place with a lot of history, and there's like a lot of museums that you can go to, and it sounds super cool, honestly. So the family was walking down a beach, and Riley claimed that she had been to this beach before, and her mom was like, no, you haven't, like, you've never been here, we've never been to Jekyll Island. And Riley said back, no, not when you were alive, you weren't my mom then. Of course, would shock the mother a lot. Imagine hearing from your kid like, oh no, it was before you were born. So they ended up taking a historic tour, and they stopped at the Rockefeller cottage. Riley kept trying to go through the velvet ropes and to get to different parts of the home. Also was super excited to be there. She was pointing out things saying, oh, we used to sit here and we ate over there. And she was also pointing to furniture and saying, the furniture's not right, that's in the wrong place. She also claimed that the plates weren't the correct plates. Tour guide was even like laughing about it and said like, oh, has she done this tour before? And her parents were like, no, she's never been to Jekyll Island. So when it was time to leave the Rockefeller cottage, she ended up having a tantrum and just screaming, crying, and not wanting to leave. And she kept just saying that she belonged there. She also said that was her real home where her real family lived. But eventually, when they left Jekyll Island, Riley went to preschool and told her teacher that she had been taken from her home and was being raised by someone else's parents. Like, she was like, these aren't my parents. The teacher obviously became concerned, brought it up to Riley's mother, and that was when Riley's mom realized that there might be a problem. So a family friend was actually the person who suggested that perhaps Riley was remembering a past life, and due to Riley's family's religion, this wasn't really a thought that ever crossed their mind, but this is when the mom started to believe that this could be the case. Riley started to have really intense nightmares. She would tell her parents and her siblings that there was a man with a hat in her room, and of course there was no one there when her parents went to check, but she also kept having a reoccurring nightmare of her walking down a staircase to the man that she keeps seeing with a hat at the bottom of the stairs. In her dreams, she never would get down to the bottom of this wooden staircase. As Riley got older, she decided that she wanted to find out for herself answers about who she was in a past life, which is also why I suggest watching Ghost Inside My Child, because you can actually watch her do this and go on this journey. It's actually super cool. So when she was 18, she decided to return to Jekyll Island. And like I said, this is all filmed and it's super interesting. So once she returned to Jekyll Island, instantly she felt like she belonged there. She felt right. And throughout all of the rooms of the Rockefeller cottage, she felt very emotional and overwhelmed. And she, for some reason, felt like upset about the way that the rooms were rearranged, even though she had never lived there before in this life. She finally, in the Rockefeller cottage, found the staircase that she had seen for years in her dreams. She said it looked exactly like how she remembered it. And she thinks that maybe somehow she fell or passed away on this staircase. She just thinks that she never got to the bottom of the stairs for some reason, because that's how her dream would always end. So Riley ended up speaking to experts about the history of the Rockefeller cottage. She ended up feeling like Emma Rockefeller, that name sounded really familiar to her, but also so did Emma's daughter's name, Geraldine. She felt like that really resonated with her. There was someone named Elmira Rockefeller who passed away actually in the home in the 20s. And Riley really did feel this sense of peace and comfort after visiting her past life, like getting to experience the feelings that she felt walking through the Rockefeller cottage was really crazy to watch. It almost made me less scared of reincarnation because it's kind of beautiful in a way that you can just, you know, have these people that actually remember these things and remember these past lives. I know people always say like energy can't be destroyed, and it's just a really interesting concept. I'll continue doing these videos, so if you guys have any reincarnation stories that you want me to talk about, definitely leave them below. Even if they're like your personal ones, if you want me to talk about them, let me know in the comment, like be like, yes, like talk about this in a video or no. But either way, I find it all super interesting, and I am so happy that Riley was able to go back to this time and really understand like what it could have been like for her in her past life. And just like, I don't know how else you would explain like that story. Like if that happened to you or a friend, like how do you explain it away? You like can't. It's clearly like she had a past life there and she felt familiar there. And I don't know, maybe it's like the cause of deja vu. There's like so many theories about reincarnation in general that I would love to get into one day, honestly, like a whole video just about what it is and why, and you know, different things that can like kind of prove it, if that makes sense. But overall, I'm getting more comfortable with the idea that that's a possibility, that that's what happens in life. And either way, it's super interesting. I think because history in general interests me, which is why this specific Riley story really stood out to me. Because I feel really connected to history sometimes in like different articles and pieces. But yeah, that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about these reincarnation stories. And like I said, if you have any reincarnation stories, let me know below. If you want me to share them in a video, also let me know. But yeah, that is it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram because I'm always posting really dope ass shit on there. Subscribe for new videos every week, and I will see you guys later. Bye!